These two-wheelers are made to win races. These two-wheelers are more likely to win your heart. These bikes leap incredible obstacles in a single bound. These little guys are most at home cruising around town. This week, serious racing highlights and serious scooter fun. Both yours on Bikeweek. Hey, this trip, we may be a little hard-pressed to put the puck on the pavement, even though we're traveling pretty close to the ground. Hello, everyone. I'm Dave Despain. Welcome to Bike Week. Welcome to the wonderful world of motor scooters. Yeah, a lot of us started out on these little things, but this is a major social occasion. We've come to Colleen, Virginia, and the event is the Chain of Fools Motor Scooter Rally. We're going to go for a little ride with all of our whacked-out friends here. Away they go. Hey, guys, wait for me. This rally is hosted by the Chain of Fools Scooter Club. It's strictly BYO. Bring your own scooter, tent, beverage, and let the party begin.
We actually had people arriving up until about 3 o'clock last night, or this morning, rather. You know, so you'd see the lights, and we'd have to send people down to track down the lost lamps. But it was sat around, we ate, drank beer, sat by the fire, told lies, bragged about what we had just done, that sort of thing.
Sort of sounds like any other motorcycle.
Exactly. It's pretty much the same everywhere you go. It's just the makes and models are different.
All right, be honest. How many of you started on a scooter? For me, it was a little home-built thing. The neighbor kid had it because his parents tolerated two-wheel transportation a lot better than mine. That little bike started me on a lifetime path of chasing two-wheelers that go fast. You may not be surprised to learn that in this community of seemingly underpowered motorbikes, there is a certain bent for go fast. Later on, we're going to meet the owner of the Ham Sandwich, which is seriously quick. Meet some of the racers in the crowd, talk more about scooters. But right now, let's go check out the guys who race full-size motorcycles. Welcome back. I'd like to thank my sponsor. Boston Scoot has come up with a ride for me, a 79 Vespa, 2011 miles on it. It can be yours for just $2,500. I know that because Woody told me. Woody works at Boston Scoot, and Woody's taste in motorcycles is a little bit different. Tell me about this thing.
This is a 62 Lambretta chopper. It's got a 200cc engine in it, capable of about 65, 70 miles an hour when it runs. And it's an awesome bike, custom fit for me, and chicks dig it.
Where did you come up with, what shall I call it, the styling cue ideas?
The choppers were done. They started in England in the mid-'80s, and they started doing Lambretta choppers where they just cut everything off, put a center tank in, made it as low as possible, and totally sick.
Sick? I'll buy that, or at least out of the ordinary, a description that applies to a lot of what we see here.
It's a project that sort of got the moniker of the Herkimer battle scooter, and that's that kind of comes from the movie Mystery Men with the big bus that they use in that. But basically, it's a modified Honda Elite 150. But don't tell anybody. I got it basically freebies. It was damaged in an accident, and the bodywork was kind of trashed, so I rebuilt it, and here it is. Honestly, I get a little tired of seeing the same bikes over and over again, so I've done some interesting custom bikes just to try to make it a little bit more fun, kind of mix it up a little bit, upset the purists.
Now, from upset purists to the painter's palette.
You've got to just appreciate the pure tackiness of the paint job. You've got to love the fact that Louis signed his work and the pinstriping and the airbrushing, and when I got it, I saw it, and I said, I'm not going to touch it. I'm going to rub it out, I'm going to wax it, I'm going to leave it exactly the way it is. So we made a couple of minor modifications so it'll hang about 60 miles an hour, and with the passenger in the sidecar, and we hope to go on a nice big long ride today.
What's a big long ride on a scooter?
About 120 miles. These little 10-inch wheels make a lot of revolutions in 120 miles. So, yeah, we wear speedometers out.
Well, the truth is there's mostly socializing here, showing off your ride, comparing notes on 30-year-old transportation, hanging around the campfire. But now and then, these folks like to fire them up. During our short ride to breakfast, I wondered, who are these people anyway? Well, one way to figure out who they are is to make clear who they are not.
You don't really see too many Cushman people, but I just heard these crazy stories about them. They go and they throw like bean bags from their scooters, and they sit around like, sounds mean, but kind of like a bunch of old men, just kind of sitting around with their Cushman hats on, and they don't like to make noise. They go to bed early.
Well, actually, Sean, they tossed newspapers because when they were kids, a lot of these guys ran their paper routes on Cushmans. Yeah, they've grown older and more affluent, better able to enjoy nostalgic toys like the scooters they enjoyed as kids. There is a serious hot rod contingent among their ranks. This thing is good for something close to 100 miles an hour. And they're not all hewing to the straight and narrow, worried to death about what others might think of their plaything.
Well, we have 4 grown children, and it just embarrasses them to death to think of their sweet, sophisticated mom out running around on a scooter. But let me guarantee you, it's more fun than I've had in a long time.
All right, the Cushman scene does differ dramatically from, say, the scooter happenings in merry old England.
There's a big mod revival in England at the moment. The scooter scene is kind of fragmented into the scooterists and the mods, and they're kind of separate, but there's no animosity between them. They all, kind of gel together on the rallies and everything. The mods generally ride around on very clean scooters. They wear suits, ties, hush puppy shoes, that kind of thing. Whereas the scooter boys tend to be army greens, boots, jeans, cut down leathers, that kind of stuff,
And how does the scene in the States compare to the one in the UK?
It's a lot smaller here than what it is at home, but it's growing. It's definitely grown in the last year. They're coming out the woodwork, the scooters everywhere now, which is good. That's what we'd like to see.
All right, thanks, Darren. At the end of the day, scooters and scooter people really are a little different. We'll show you how different when we come back.
The rules are slow as you possibly can go. You slalom around the trees. The engine cuts off, you're out. Your feet hit the ground, you're out. You dump, you're out. Person who takes the longest time to get to the end of the course wins the slow ride.
Ah, the fun of it all. Scooter games. No tossing newspapers in the basket for these guys. No, indeed. This is action-packed stuff. Yeah, you got it. Go, man, go. No, wait. Slow, man, slow. Maybe this is more difficult than it looks. Hey, isn't that the Herkimer Battle Scooter? Come on, Alex, get after it, buddy. Well, in the end, it doesn't really matter who won, does it? It's just to have fun. All right, let the scooter games begin. You guys go when I say go. It's a Le Mans start. That, of course, is classic in motorsports. But what is this? It appears to be adult, grown men putting on women's clothes. Yes, indeed. That's exactly what it is. Oh, he didn't pull his down to his knees. That's a clear violation of the rules. See, this guy, oh, He's disqualified. You win. Point is, it was a drag race. Get it? Welcome back. We will now deal with the fact that even scooter people feel the need for speed, even if it requires some work to get there.
This was originally a P200 cut down when I got it, and I put the cowls on with cotter pins. Somebody welded in a brace for the center tank, put in forks from another bike. Those are Cervetta forks that have been cut and sleeved to fit the frame. So there's been a fair bit of modifications done. I didn't do most of it, but I kind of finished it and made sure everything works good. So that was no small task.
As you may have guessed, those number plates are there for a reason. This scooter is a racer. All right, Sean, be honest. Can you drag your knee on one of these things?
If I was a better rider, I have no doubt that I could get my knee down. But there's guys that we race with. I race the thing. There's guys that we race with that get knee down, but I'm not one of them.
Keep leaning, Sean. You'll get there. Now meet Phil Waters, a member of Mid-America Scooter Sport. They run 7 Midwestern races each year. And, of course, where there's racing, there's tuning.
There is a huge aftermarket for parts for these things, and there's a lot of performance tuning going on. People in Europe really started it big, and we now are picking up on it and taking that a little step further. We're replacing a lot of their systems with Wiseco pistons and Yamaha rods, and we're making these bikes really put a lot of power.
It seems to me that the number and quality of tattoos here ranks right up with the better Harley rallies. I think the world is a better place because we don't all listen to the same music or wear the same clothes. It seems to me that all of us who travel on 2 wheels have chosen to be different, and I see nothing wrong with the fact that within our little world there are those who choose to be a little more different. For some of us, scooters were a means to an end, a path leading inevitably to a life on full-size bikes. That said, I see absolutely nothing wrong with the concept of scooters as an end in themselves, an object of affection, an expression of 2-wheel passion, the focal point for fun get-togethers of like-minded friends, something neat to tinker with, and a good way to get the wind in your face. You know, when you put it in those terms, maybe these people aren't all that much different after all. And on that note, we need to say so long. Quick reminder to check out the motorcycle page at speedvision.com for all the latest motorcycle news. And come on back here next week for another edition of Bikeweek. I'm Dave Despain. See you then.